there, AMC fans, and welcome to the Thursday Ticket. We are coming to you live from the AMC studios. My name is Sergio, and I'm here with Alicia.
Hi, guys. Welcome back.
And man, talk about an amazing weekend at the box office. I mean, Us premiered last week, and man, did it make ripples. It opened to an incredible $71.1 million.
Yeah, it was a memorable weekend for us.
I love the pun. That was actually really good. But one of the things that I was really impressed with, that it was the highest ever grossing original horror movie out there. That was one of the records that came out, and it was a record that was previously held by A Quiet Place that opened to about $50 million.
Yeah, and I have another fact for you. It was the biggest opening weekend for a film headlined by a black woman.
Hey,
Lupita.
You know what?
I have
Lupita
something for her.
Did an amazing job.
She deserves this a billion times. Hopefully she gets it next winter. But I want to give it to her now.
Yeah, I got to tell you. No. And listen, I've seen the movie twice.
Yep.
How many times have you seen it?
Twice.
Right. It's one of those movies you have to see more than once. If you haven't gotten to the theaters to see it yet, go see it.
Yeah.
If you've seen it once, see it again because
you need to see it twice. So it's a conversational movie. We have a quick little video about why you should see it twice.
Boom. You haven't seen Us until you've seen it twice.
It's us.
See it again at AMC. Jordan Peele's Us, rated R, now playing at AMC.
Twice, but we also have a blog post on our AMC scene that says exactly why you should see it twice. There's also a video with Winston Duke telling you should see this movie multiple times. So listen to everybody.
It's one that will continue to spur that conversation. Yeah. And I mean, I'm still having conversations with some of my coworkers as it is. But we're really excited about, this year in movies. Yeah. I mean, there's so many big time movies opening. Already. I mean, we're talking, in a couple of weeks, you got Shazam, Pet Sematary.
Wait. Shazam!
You've got Shazam, Pet Sematary, and a movie that's opening this weekend that we'll talk about shortly, Dumbo, which I'm very excited about.
Yeah, so Dumbo is directed by Tim Burton, who's been around for ages, and he has a ton of movies, and that gets us to our question of the week. What is your favorite Tim Burton movie? Put it in the comments section below. We might give you a shout out, but first, let's hear it from Sergio.
Man, Tim Burton has such a lineup of classic movies. I mean, going back to the 80s and things that just blew my mind.
Yep.
The one movie, and you know me, I'm a big comic book guy. I love all those comic book movies. And I'm going to have to say the one, movie that stuck with me from my childhood was Batman Returns. Now, listen, I was a huge fan of Batman. I love it, right? But Batman Returns, you got Danny DeVito doing the Penguin, Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. It was amazing. So that was my favorite. How about you?
Okay, so you guys know by now, for the first-time viewers, I'm Alicia, and I can't make decisions. So I have to pick two. First is Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. So funny. Love that movie. And then I have to go back a little bit farther, and that's to Batman. I love that movie, 1989.
Classic.
Michael Keaton.
Can't go wrong.
Jack Nicholson.
Yep.
Not Angela Bassett.
No, Basinger.
Basinger, sorry. Not Angela Bassett. Anyways, but I love that movie.
Tim Basinger, not Nicole, sorry.
I love that movie. It was my first introduction into Batman, and it clearly left a mark on me. And that soundtrack was by Prince.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you know what? Yes. There seems to be a common theme here, right? You've got, Michael Keaton Batman, Michael Keaton Batman Returns, Michael Keaton Dumbo. I mean, there's no doubt that we have our hands full with stacked casts in these movies to come.
So you guys are giving us your responses. So Christine Weller says Edward Scissorhands.
Oh, that was a classic. Love it.
Nicholas says Nightmare Before Christmas. Emma says Nightmare Before Christmas as well. A lot of that. Ashley says Alice in Wonderland.
Dig it.
Lots of good answers, guys.
Lots of Tim Burton love. Lots of Tim Burton love. But with that, let's get our show started. We are going to talk Dumbo in our weekend movie guide. just a few short hours, you are going to have the opportunity to see Dumbo on the big screen. I'm very excited for this movie.
Yeah, flying into theaters.
Flying into theaters.
Don't
Classic.
give me an opportunity to do a pun, okay?
I expect there are going to be one or two more to come, sure.
So this story originated in 1941.
Yep.
So it's a classic movie with a wonderful story about celebrating differences and not letting your differences keep you from soaring to new heights.
You see, pun number two.
I'm doing it.
I love it.
I'm on a roll today. I'm very excited for this movie. It's such a sweet and nostalgic film. I'm excited to see the elephant again and to see Tim Burton's take on this movie.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Tim Burton is definitely one of those directors that's very out there and brings his imagination to our screens for you to be able to live and experience his emotions and the roller coaster ride that they are. But let me tell you, man, Disney has been doing such an amazing job with these live action pictures, you know, reincarnations, reiterations of their previous animated works. And, you know, something I can appreciate about Dumbo is that it's not necessarily a cut and paste from the original movie. There are elements in it. The beginning of the movie is very similar and tells the same story that was the original back in 1941. But then it goes off into a new story. What happened after the fact? We meet Dumbo when he's already up there flying, doing his thing. So I'm very excited about it. And you said it. The movie celebrates diversity, inclusion. It's all about, you know, owning our what makes us unique and special. And we had an opportunity to sit with the cast and talk about this element, which is so prevalent in the movie.
Sean. Fly, Dumbo.
It's so wonderful and refreshing to have a movie that says it's okay to be a bit strange, a bit different, you know, embrace it and, you know, you will be special.
The whole film, I feel, is a celebration of the other, is a celebration of difference, is a celebration of not only accepting those who are different, but celebrating those who are different.
I guess the lesson to be learned, exactly the same as was in the movie that was made in the 40s, is that difference and how to deal with it and how to overcome it and what your feather is that gives you the boost to have the confidence, be who you are. That's all encapsulated in our Dumbo.
So there is no doubt that Dumbo is going to take the weekend. It's going to be the #1 movie this weekend, so go see it. And there is no better way to experience Dumbo than seeing it on the biggest screens in the country. The movie is playing on our premium format. You're going to be able to see it at IMAX. You'll be able to see it in Dolby Cinema and at AMC Prime. So make sure you catch the movie this weekend. Dumbo is going to take the cake.
So that's all about Dumbo. I could hear him talk about Dumbo even more because I was getting it's really touching. But we have some Hollywood news you got to get to, so let's get to our Hollywood. Talk about trailers because we have a few of them dropped just over the weekend and this past week. So let's start with Dora and the Lost City of Gold. I'm pretty excited about this. I used to do some babysitting when I was a little bit younger, and I used to watch a lot of Dora the Explorer. And the song stuck in my head right now, and it was just such a delightful show.
You get to see Diego in the trailer, which is pretty cool.
I'm just really excited to see this movie because it looks very adventurous, and we finally get to see what a real life Dora looks like.
Listen, it is the kids' Indiana Jones.
You know
that's
what?
all
You're
I thought
so
throughout
right.
the whole movie. I'm like, wow, this is Indiana Jones. This is amazing.
And it has a pretty good cast. Isabella Mona, she is playing Dora. We have Michael Pena and Eva Longoria.
Nice, dig it. Another trailer that dropped this week, which we were pretty excited about, was Angry Birds 2. Now, if you saw Angry Birds, you know how funny that movie was. We, since we work in the industry, got a little sneak peek of, I'd say about 10 to 12 minutes worth of footage. It was totally awesome. But the Angry Birds 2 looks hilarious. If the trailer doesn't do it for you, let me tell you that what we saw, let us sell it to you because it is that funny.
So I was really excited. I am really excited to see this movie because similar to like Shrek way back when animated movies started to be funny for parents. It wasn't just a movie for kids that was just kind of light. It had some humor for the adults, and this movie does the same thing.
Another trailer that dropped was STX's ugly dolls. And it really just tells the story of, you know, when dolls are being mass produced at these factories, you know, they normally come out picture perfect, they get boxed up and given away. But every once in a while, there's a doll or two that have a little mishap and don't come out looking perfect. So it's the story of what happens to those dolls. The trailer looks totally funny, family friendly. I'm excited for that one too.
So the thing that struck me about this movie, kind of me thinking about Dumbo, this movie also celebrates differences.
Agreed.
And I think it's something, it's a theme that never gets old, and children and adults can always learn something from this. So I'm excited to see this one again because it's celebrating the differences that we all have.
Now, a trailer that just dropped literally maybe 30 or 40 minutes ago.
I haven't even seen it yet, guys.
Totally excited about it, was Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Now, this is a movie being released by Lionsgate. If you, I mean, how many of you guys have read the original children's horror stories that were written by Alvin Schwartz? I mean, I remember, and I remember sitting around the bonfire when we'd go camping and just being terrified of all these stories. So tell us about your experience. Tell us which stories really resonated with you. I'm excited about it because Guillermo del Toro is behind this movie. He's producing it. He's wrote screenplay and everything about it looks awesome. The trailer looks pretty terrifying.
And the last trailer I'm going to talk about, I'm just going to tee it up and give it to this guy because this is all him, and that's Godzilla.
What are you going to do? It was amazing. In the trailer, I mean, that's the movie that I'm most... outside of Avengers, I'm so excited about it because you see the monsters in all their glory going at it, and we have a clip, a trailer we want to show you right now so you can get just as excited as I am. Let's check it out.
Rodan, Ghidorah, Mothra.
Oh my.
They're everywhere.
It's comforting.
Our planet will perish.
Hang on, kid!
And so will we. Unless we set Godzilla free.
This time we join him. That's messed up. Good thing he's on our side. Beautiful. Here we go. This is Godzilla's world. You just live in it. Damn right.
Godzilla, rated PG-13. See the full trailer on YouTube now.
Okay, so that was all of our trailers, tons of them. Just a reminder, you can go to our YouTube channel. If you subscribe, you'll get a notification when we add new trailers. So make sure you do that. Okay, so now let's talk about posters.
Do it.
We're going to start with Spider-Man Far From Home.
Yeah, no, so earlier this week, Sony, I'm sorry, launched these posters that you'll see up on screen, and it just shows you that Spider-Man is an internationally loved character, and he's doing his business by visiting where is he? Look at... He's in
Venice, he's in London, and then he went to Prague.
Yeah, there you go. He's a busy man. He is a busy man. So very excited about the movie. Again, it is going to be, I guess you can consider it the next wave of MCU movies to come, right? Because it comes out after Endgame. So excited to see what happens.
Wonderful transition.
Indeed.
Because a few posters got released, maybe 30-ish.
30-plus-ish.
Character posters. Guys, if you haven't seen them, where have you been? But also... there are some that are in black and white and some that are in color. And that was a huge deal.
We're talking Endgame here, guys, okay? It is gigantic. And, I mean, I was looking at each one of the posters, and when you look at them side by side, all the character posters that came out, it's incredible how half of them have disappeared.
I know.
Like the snap made half of the world go, and half of them were gone.
Yeah. So, we have a question for you. Who was your favorite poster? Tell us in the comment section. Sergio, who's yours?
You know what? My favorite, only because I'm still high on the movie, Captain Marvel.
Oh, okay.
I thought Brie Larson did a great job in the movie, and I can't wait to see what her contributions are going to be. Look at her. She looks like she means business. She's not laughing. She's looking at you
ready
like
for Thanos.
She's going to take you down. So she was my favorite. How about you?
Mine was because it was a surprise. Valkyrie, who's my girl.
Indeed.
I love her. She likes the little sauce,
Yep.
which I think is pretty cool. We connect that way. I just love her character a lot. I love Tessa Thompson. I'm excited to see her with the whole crew. So
And
it's
like you
very
said,
exciting.
it was an utter surprise.
Yeah.
She wasn't in Infinity
I
War,
wasn't looking
and
for
all
her.
of us were like, what
Yeah.
happened to her? And here she is. She's
Yeah.
alive and well, so I'm curious to see how she's going to contribute.
Yeah, so now we've talked about the posters, but we have a little news.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a rumor. We can't confirm. Don't get mad at us if we're wrong. But we heard that Angelina Jolie could maybe, I don't know, be joining the MCU.
That's right. So Deadline reported that Angelina Jolie is in talks to potentially join the cast for Marvel's The Eternals. And I'm very excited about that. Well, you know what? Because Angelina's great,
Yeah.
you know, but I put my faith and trust in Marvel. Eternals is going to be great.
They don't get things wrong.
But let me tell you, it just goes to show everybody is a player and everybody wants a piece of the MCU. So
Yeah.
go you, Angelina. Hopefully you land that
I'll
role.
join. Call me. I'm not an actress, but I'll figure it out. I'll join the MCU.
So good. So good.
Okay, so one more piece of news. What are you doing next week?
Next week, well, I'm definitely not in the office.
Oh, we'll miss you.
And I'm not on vacation. I'm going to be going to Vegas.
Viva Las
And what's so
Vegas.
important about next week and Vegas? Well, it's our yearly convention. CinemaCon starts next week, Monday. We're so excited about it. It's the perfect opportunity for the movie studios and movie theaters to connect
Yep.
and be able to look at all the upcoming product for 2019 and give us a tease to what's coming in 2020. So stay tuned. We are going to be reporting
Yep.
from CinemaCon and giving you the lowdown on what to expect this year.
Yeah, so we'll have some new fresh blog posts with new news from the studios all week long. So make sure you check our blog, also our social media channels, and next week on the show, we'll have some news to share with you as well.
So with that, we're going to start talking some independent news, or movies, not news. Let's go to our AMC.
Okay, so the first movie we're going to talk about comes from the stoner comedy genre.
Ah, that's a very cool genre.
Yeah. It's pretty funny. I think it's hilarious. It's The Beach Bum. So if you liked Pineapple Express, Harold and Kumar, Half Baked.
Spring Breakers.
Yeah, so this movie is probably checking that box for you. It looks hilarious. It has an amazing cast. So we have Matthew McConaughey, Snoop Dogg, Isla Fisher, Zac Efron, Jonah Hill, Martin Lawrence. Come on, like it looks hilarious. So we had the awesome opportunity to be at South by Southwest a couple weeks ago where they premiered the movie, and we had a chance to talk to the cast on the red carpet. Here's what they had to say about their movie.
You have pissed away your talent on women and booze. Now you're talking.
It's a vacation without condemnation, man. And this was all music, no arithmetic. This was all rhyme, no reason. It's a complete hedonistic, anarchic vacation, and it's an epidemic of joy.
It's just fun. It's free-spirited movie. It's just, you know, us having a good time, and if you want to get out and just have a good time and let your head out, it's a movie you should see.
This is visually beautiful. If you saw Spring Breakers, you know the kind of color palette he creates. It's so vivid. It's so, you know, unusual and exciting to see a film like this.
Talking to Harmony about doing it because I know how long he's spent kind of working on this project, and the cast of people he can put together is pretty amazing. And then you get on set and it was just a lot of fun.
Or just go do your own thing, but take the lid off.
Pretty cool. And I gotta say, I mean, I'm a big fan of Matthew McConaughey, but it reminded me very much of Dazed and Confused.
Yeah, it's in that same genre.
Right.
All hilarious films. So the next film in our AMCi Spotlight is nothing like The Beach Bum. It's called Hotel Mumbai, and it stars Dev Patel, and it's directed by Anthony Maris. And so it is about the 2008 terrorist attack on the Taj Hotel in Mumbai. And this movie is interesting because it talks about the ordinary people that worked at the hotel that save lives of the guests in the hotel. So it's a true story, and it's very fascinating to me because it really puts a spotlight on ordinary people becoming heroes.
Yeah, and that's actually not something that's so out of the ordinary, you know, and we've seen it time and time again in movies that have, you know, retold these stories, you know, but when people get put in a situation, you know, there are people that come out and surprise and do what they got to do and become the heroes of the day. I mean, I was watching the trailer and I kept thinking to myself, it reminded me of the movie that came out a couple of years ago, 1517 to Paris, where the 3 young men were on the train that was abducted and then they, you know, saved the day. Same kind of story. So I'm in it for the movie looks great. Yeah,
it looks very fascinating to me as well. So the next movie we have is A Hummingbird Project, and so it is more technical. So if you like kind of the sci-fi, you might want to see this.
Yeah, so let me ask you a question.
Yes.
How many seconds does it take for a hummingbird to flap its wings?
I would say a millisecond.
Yeah, because they're so fast you can't even see them flap, right? Yeah. Now, you're very close. So it takes about 3 milliseconds. And that 3 milliseconds is the overarching theme in this movie, The Hummingbird Project. So it takes Jesse Eisenberg, Alexander Skarsgård, and Selma Hayek. And like you said, it's a techno thriller, you can say, because it's all about computers and stuff. But it takes these 2 individuals, Jesse Eisenberg and Alexander Skarsgård, and they're working on creating an algorithm that's going to give them access to stock market highs and lows 3 milliseconds before they become available to the general public. And it's in those 3 milliseconds that you have an opportunity to really make it or break it, right? So we have a great video that we want to be able to show you about Jesse and Alexander talking about their roles in this movie. So let's check that out.
Alex's character is kind of probably, you'd say, kind of on the spectrum and requires probably kind of a lot of like social supervision. So my character's kind of like a hustler, and he, you know, he's kind of annoyed and also, you know, indebted to Alex's character, who's a genius.
It was such a weird, different story. It's almost like, it felt like Fitzcarraldo, like these guys that embark on this insane adventure that they're not fit for. And I just loved it. It was so unique.
What's great about the casting these 2 guys, when you cast 2 actors, it's become very rare that you get to actually do a screen test with 2 actors. So you kind of got to take a hunch and hope that they're gonna work together. And there was really a chemistry that came with these 2 guys, and there's something of mice and men. There's something iconic about these 2 guys together, and I was really happy to see that. And basically, for me, chemistry is all about basically actors being able to be generous towards each other, and I really found that that's the way they were.
Trivia as it relates to the Hummingbird Project. Jesse Eisenberg, and this goes to show what his acting chops are all about, he memorized, internalized the entire script before they started shooting. So that guy had it in there to just kind of rattle it off. I mean, no line, what's my line? None of that, because he had it all down packed.
I don't remember yesterday. I'm impressed. All right, guys, so that's all of our movies in our independent spotlight, but we have some offers to talk to you about, so let's get right to it.
First offer we are going to preview is for people just like me that are huge comic book fans, and if you love superhero movies, get ready, because Shazam!
Ooh, that's good.
Right? I needed to get it right.
Shazam!
Alicia was like, make sure you accentuate
the
exclamation point. So Shazam! But if you purchase tickets to Shazam, opening weekend in IMAX. So again, if you purchase tickets April 4th through April 7th, you will get a limited collector's comic book, okay?
What's the name of the comic book?
Shazam! Okay, done. But make sure you pick them up. These comic books are in limited supply, so buy your tickets now if you haven't already, and get to the theater nice and early to pick up your comic book. You have no excuse if you are a comic book fiend.
Yeah, I'm a little tickled because we keep saying Shazam like that. But anyways, okay, so our next offer, if you haven't joined AMC Stubs Premiere yet, you need to do it now. This offer ends on Sunday, so it ends on March 31st. So if you join, extend, or upgrade to AMC Stubs Premiere, you will get 5 bonus bucks that you can use for tickets or concessions. So get on it, guys.
Listen, it's free money. Yeah. Get it done. Love it. And I guess that really much does it. I mean, we've spoken about everything we needed to. There was a lot of content on today's show, but you know where to find us. We are here every Thursday, same time, same place, talking about everything you want to hear about. The next week we have a pretty awesome show. We are going to be talking about Shazam!
Yep.
And Pet Sematary. So make sure you tune in for that.
Yep, and you can always get your tickets at amctheaters.com or on our mobile app. And make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and subscribe to us on YouTube. And I'm reminding you about Endgame. It's coming soon, and I just want you guys to know that it's coming soon, and that's all I can say about that right now.
That's all we can say. With that, thank you so much again for visiting us, and we will see you next week.